We have some unfinished business to talk about. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share and follow. Let's get right into it. This unfinished business is the boxing card from the weekend. Wilder versus Zhang. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the card and what I got wrong and right. First up was Willie Hutchinson's versus Craig Richards. Willie won. I was correct. I believe it went the full belt. It went to a decision. QueensBerry is up by 1 point. They had a point system that I thought was really cool and very interesting and unique, and it worked very well. As we can see over the weekend and over this week, QueensBerry, Frank Warren has been trolling Matchroom head Eddie Hearn. It's been amazing. It's been the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I'm loving it. I hope that they continue this kind of point system with other promotions. So bring in Golden Boy, which is Oscar De La Hoya. Bring in, I don't even know who else is out there who they could bring in. Maybe we could get, I know a lot of people are not going to like this, and this is probably going to get a lot of hate, but maybe we could have like a Misfits X Matchroom. You know, have fighters like Dean the Great and Waleed Sharks who have a Yuddy Gang TV, at least guys who have a level of knowledge from boxing. And I do believe some of the pro fighters on Misfits are owned by Misfits, so we could technically have the Misfits pro scene fight against Matchroom Boxing's pros. But we're not here to talk about that. Next up was Nick Ball versus Raymond Ford. This fight was entertaining. I don't think I said it in my video, but I did say to people around me that Nick Ball was going to come out like in Wrecking Ball. It's how he fights, and that's how he's always fought, and that's how he's going to fight in this one. And he did. He was getting caught every now and then, and Raymond Ford 100% held down his own, and it was beautiful. It was a good, entertaining fight. So far, QueensBerry is up 2-0. I was right with this one being Nick Ball. Next up, we have Hamaz Shiraz versus Austin Williams. Hamaz Shiraz won by a stoppage in round 11, which I did predict that he was going to win. I didn't predict how. He did win, which brought QueensBerry up to 6-0. Now, how did they get 4 points? You choose a team captain, and in this situation, Hamaz Shiraz was QueensBerry's team captain. And a team captain's points get doubled. A KO is 2 points. A KO / TKO, 2 points. A draw is 0 points. And a decision is 1 point. As we know, Hamaz Shiraz got it done in round 11 by TKO stoppage, which brought that a lot further. Then the next fight we had was Dimitri Bivol versus Malik Zinard. Dimitri Bivol looked okay. I'm not going to say he looked amazing. He looked great. The first few rounds he started off a bit slow. He kind of built himself up. He dropped Malik in round 1, and you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is the end of the fight. It went on a few more rounds, and Malik looked very good. Malik was doing some good things, but I feel like he was getting too cocky. You know, when he put his head against Bivol and all stuff like that, I believe that's when Bivol just went, okay, I need to step up the game, and he did, and he won. No points were gained during this fight, but Dimitri Bivol would have scored 2 points here for QueensBerry, but due to this fight, because it was Artur Beterbiev versus Bivol, that fight didn't go ahead because of an injury or something. That fight is now going ahead in the future of this year, end of this year, but due to that, there is no points gained. Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. Now, I believe a lot of people actually disagreed with me on this one. People were like, Filip Hrgovic, you know, he's never lost, he ain't gonna lose this. And I was like, Daniel Dubois beats him. In round 8, Daniel Dubois had stopped Filip Hrgovic. You could see Hrgovic was fading. I do believe someone on Twitter, I said in round 2, I believe that he lost that round. I believe Hrgovic lost round 2, he won round 1. And I was like, he ain't out of it yet. Because at the end of the round, he actually kind of brought something back. And I was like, he's not out of it yet. And someone went, he's not out of it yet. He's won all the rounds so far. I believe that was in like round 3, which he lost round 3. And then a little bit later, I was an absolute dickhead and went, oh, but he's stopped now, because obviously he got stopped. But that was an entertaining fight. So far, this fight card has been really entertaining. From top to bottom, it's been very good. This was worth £21, £22 to anyone who actually paid for the pay-per-view, which brought QueensBerry up to 8-0. That's it. Matchroom cannot win now. Matchroom needed 2 KO wins to draw. That's it. And they couldn't draw. Deontay Wilder versus Big Bang Zhang. This fight was sad. I'm going to be honest, it was the worst fight on the night, but it was sad, man. I said on Twitter, Wilder hasn't been the same since the Fury loss. He just hasn't fought the same. He's no longer a pressure fighter. He's always on the back foot. He doesn't get power on the back foot. He was landing some good shots. When he started using the right hand, he was cracking. He was landing good shots, but I don't know, man. He kind of faded throughout the fight, and Zhang wasn't great either. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, but Wilder was terrible. I mean, if this is the end of Wilder, man, it's a bit of a sad note to end on, but it's also a good note to end on. I don't know if you won or lost your last fight. I can't remember if you lost against Joseph Parker last time or if it was earlier on. You've done enough for the sport. I've read why he's done what he's done for the sport, but I believe he's done enough for the sport. And honestly, this is a good place to go out, because I don't believe you can do much more in this scene. I don't believe you can do much more here now. And I believe if you come back and just keep losing, that loss is just going to leave a sour taste in your mouth. You could have ended it on a high. Although you lost, you might as well lose when you know you've given it your all. You might as well lose when you think, okay, I've lost here, but I'm happy to lose here. Because it's like, if I continue going on, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. That brought QueensBerry up to 10-0 because Zhang stopped him in round 5. How did it happen? Let me quickly go into how it happened. In round 5, they were, I don't know, they were I want to say they were trading in the center of the ring, but they weren't really trading. Neither guy was trying to trade with the other one. They both had power, they both didn't want to trade. But Wilder threw the right hand, kind of lifted his back foot off the canvas, caught a hook to the jaw from Zhang, which spun him around. And the reason why I believe the Wilder spun around was because I believe that he saw the ref was there, and as he got caught, he's obviously dazed and wobbled here, he's hurt. I believe that he thought the ref was still in the way, which is why he turned around and went like that to the ref, as in like, you was in my way, but the ref wasn't in the way, but because he was hurt, he thought he was. And then Zhang jumps in with a, I want to say leading left hook, but I think it was the right hook. Caught him, Wilder went down. Wilder made the count, and sadly the fight was off. And yeah, it's a sad way to go out, man. I was hoping we'd get Wilder versus AJ, but after the performances I've been seeing from him recently, I don't think he gets the AJ win. And Zhang, I don't know if he gets the AJ win either, but I feel like Zhang versus AJ could be a little bit more competitive. But we'll have to wait and see. If Wilder wants to come back one more time to prove everyone wrong and then fight AJ, I'm here for it. If he loses like this again or worse, maybe he'll lose a little bit better, but I still think a loss is a loss and he should just end it there. But that's just my thoughts, my opinions. What do you guys think? Did you watch the fights? Did you enjoy the fights? Apart from that, I'll catch you in a bit. Take care and peace.